I saw a film called The Primevals. What is the movie The Primevals? This is a movie. Okay, they did only 2 screenings in a theater. It was at the Alamo Drafthouse. I saw it on Monday because I wanted to see this on the big screen because it is a stop motion animated film like old Ray Harryhausen movies about a Yeti that is killed in the beginning of the movie that takes a group of explorers on a search to an underground world. Plot wise, it's a lot like these, Doug McClure movies, like At the Earth's Core or The Land That Time Forgot. Like
this
those
movie came out in the 70s. Am I right?
Or no. Let me explain.
Okay.
This movie was shot in 1978. The stop motion animation was not finished until a couple years ago. Through a Kickstarter, it's co-written and directed by a guy named David Allen. It's old school stop motion animation, and I personally love stop motion movies. I mean, I could just go on and on about Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline, Will Vinton movies. There's a great Will Vinton feature film that bombed in theaters about, look up Mark Twain, Will Vinton. The entire feature claymation movie is on YouTube for free. I've always loved stop motion. Why do I love stop motion? When I was a kid, I made stop motion movies. When I was 9 years old and all through high school, I made stop motion movies. Maybe this explains a little bit about myself, but I've always loved stop motion. In particular, loved movies like Jason and the Argonauts or the Ray Harryhausen Sinbad movies, which mixed stop motion with live action. One of my favorites of all time is Mysterious Island. Look up Mysterious Island. The Primevals is in that vein. And because it was shot in 1978, it's super cheesy. It is super cheesy. But this is an accomplishment. A movie made in 1978 that you can see now that was finished recently, a couple years ago. Now it was only in theaters in limited release. It is on the Full Moon Entertainment app, so check it out. The story goes in the most bizarre place ever. So these explorers go on this trip to track down a Yeti. That's kind of how it starts. But then what it does is it goes off on this crazy adventure underneath the earth where they discover a crashed spaceship and a group of lizard aliens. And all of this is stop motion animated. And there's this adventure character that kind of leads our heroes down there. A character named Matthew Connor, who's a scientist, and Claire Collier, who is also a scientist and financier. She's an older woman who is funding this expedition. Kathleen Rydell. But my favorite is a guy, this actor's named Leon Russum. He plays a character named Rondo Montana. Now, this movie was shot before Indiana Jones came out. He's Rondo Montana, adventure, good with a knife and a shotgun. It's like the movie is kind of out of time. And sometimes you're not cringing so much as laughing at, like, these are all cliches, but they're funny because the movie takes itself very seriously, but also not so seriously because of just the ridiculous circumstances. I love the way they finished the film. I wonder if we can look at a trailer real quick of the film to just give you a taste of it. It's from Full Moon Entertainment. I'm going to throw on.
Yeah,
I want you to see it.
I really also mentioned it. It stars Juliet Mills from
yes.
Nanny and the Professor.
Yeah, so I'm going to play it here, Alan. Could you mute me while we watch the trailer? Okay, cool. Here we go.
Oh, you got to put the trailer on you got to share it with the rest of us.
Yeah, I should share the trailer before.
Experience it together.
Alan, this is why I love working with Alan. He makes me look good. Thank you, Alan.
Oh, you're welcome.
You, Alan.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Right,
we're going to share it. We're going to go. No, we're going to go like that. And here.
Hit play. Okay. Do you have sound working or is your sound muted? Because we're not getting
yeah. It's
That's the trailer.
anyways, we could go through it.
That's not the trailer.
This is it's the early footage from the movie.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
that doesn't look like the movie I saw.
Yeah, you know what? I'll look it up. But I really, really love this film. And but it's like it's I mean, look, it's cheesy. There's no getting around. It's cheesy.
Yeah,
But it reminds me of the type of movie that they just don't make this movie anymore. Right? It played Fantasia Fest, which is really cool. Let's watch this trailer now.
Okay, you still have to share it.
4 weeks ago, several Nepalese shepherds killed a large...
Otherwise, we're just listening to the audio.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alan. I'm sorry. I should learn.
Excuse me of watching. I'm just watching the stream.
If anyone has any YouTube tips on how I can do better at this job, please.
Yeah, I can tell you. Hit the share button.
Did I hit it?
Okay. Yeah. There you go. We're good.
My apologies, folks.
I'll go full screen.
Okay, we're gonna go full screen. All right, let's just watch this from the beginning.
4 weeks ago, several Nepalese shepherds killed a large anthropoid. It is perhaps the most important discovery of the century.
Nice speech.
Matt.
If we can discover how this creature crossed the genetic barrier from one life form to another, we'll unlock the mysteries of heredity.
You know you can't answer those questions without a living specimen.
Which requires an expedition.
What are you two after? Tigers? Buffalo? Something even more dangerous.
We're searching for a Yeti.
The Yeti attacks suddenly, viciously.
It's too dangerous to travel by night in these mountains. But we've come too far to lose them now! Avalanche!
Oh.
Must have been living here unchanged for 50,000 years.
Life forms developing in a controlled environment. Hundreds of centuries are looking down at us.
Nothing!
So
yeah, that's pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
look, it's like an older sci-fi movie that I used to watch, the kind I used to watch when I was a kid. I personally, I love those. So it's on the Full Moon app, is my understanding. I needed to see this movie in a theater. It was just because I just saw stills from the movie. I didn't even watch that trailer, and I bought tickets immediately to see it because that needs to be seen on the big screen.
I mean, I say when I saw it like a couple months ago, but I thought it was just a 4K restoration. I didn't realize it was to complete the animation. And the animation, considering how things have come 40 years, was actually pretty good in terms of replicating that Harryhausen style and the just the motion of it, much more defined in this one. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I love movies like this. It is, I do know it is cheesy. Yes, it's cheesy, but like there's a sort of innocence about the storytelling. And I strongly recommend Primevals if it's the type of film that would appeal to you.
I was saying that is that stereotypical 80s heroic white guy.
Well, 80s, I mean, from just like 70s, a certain era, but like, yeah, I love the name of the character, Rondo. And as soon as you saw him, he's got these big pit stains, while he's like,
His hair is
in the
always
canoe.
well cut
His
and-
hair is sort of coiffed a certain way. I mean, yes, there's a ridiculousness to those kind of movies, but I really love it. And the fact that it has that old school look, and it looked amazing in 4K. It was just like beautiful, beautiful looking film.